only have a few minutes. I told my husband and kids that I would just be going to the bathroom, but I snuck out the window. I'm gonna try to get done a little bit of winter sowing. Gotta get it done before spring comes, so wish me luck.
I'm going to be propagating seeds I collected from 2 really stunning native wildflower patches that I pass by on my daily commute. The first is this purple aster that's in a community with some boneset and some goldenrod. Here I'm really after the aster. It's not in peak bloom in this video, but when it was really stunning. The second is a native sunflower that was a little harder to get to. I had to walk about a quarter mile on this rural highway. Please forgive the bad video. I stuck my phone in my pocket with the camera on and then just focused on getting the seeds and not getting murdered. Unfortunately, I didn't get video of the sunflower when it was in bloom, but I'll show a picture of what I think it is later in the video. And of course, I'm out of seed starter mix, so now I'm off to the nursery to get a bag. I'm propagating these seeds using a technique called winter sowing. For many of our native perennials, a few months in cold, damp soil are required to break down the seed and to allow it to germinate in the spring. By doing the winter sowing in these recycled jugs, we're just giving a safe place for this process to unfold and helping to shelter the young sprouts until they get their roots better established. There are 3 main reasons that I'm propagating these local seeds. 1, they're just genuinely beautiful plants. They were so stunning to drive by in the fall. They bloom late in the season, so they're giving some much needed color during a period when not much else is in bloom. Two, each of these plants has a huge amount of ecological value. Most of these are keystone species. The fact that they bloom late in the season is nice because it gives an important food source during hard times for bugs and birds.
There's a couple of little wrens playing in the leaves over there.
And 3, our wild spaces are simply disappearing. What's left in my area is being absolutely devastated by invasive species. And who knows when these flowers I pass by every day will be next to be mowed or sprayed. I wanted to give these species a safe place to live, and they'll be great to attract more bugs and birds to my garden. I have a general idea of what these plants are, but I'm not 100% on the exact species or how to germinate the seeds. So I'm headed to the website for Prairie Moon Nursery. They're a nursery that specializes in native plants, and their website is absolutely amazing. It's a great resource for planning a garden or for just educating yourself about native plants. Sometimes I just sit there at night and scroll through and look at the different plants. Here I'm searching the site for asters and then use their filters to just look at plants that are native to my state, and then I'm going to filter by size, color, and site conditions like how much sun or water. That gives me a pretty short list, and it looks like New England aster is a pretty safe bet here. Then you can scroll down and start to look at things like the native range, read more about the plant and its interaction with the ecosystem and the food web. And you can even see their seed germination codes for each species to learn what you need to do to get these little babies growing. This C60 symbol means I need to cold stratify the seeds for at least 60 days. So for the seeds I risked my neck to collect, I'm going to dedicate 2 jugs for this propagation attempt just to better my chances of success. I collected the aster seeds early in the fall and was worried that they weren't quite fully developed, so I went back a little bit later to get some more mature seed. I'm going to try each in their own jug and see how they do. For the sunflower, some of the seed looked pretty fresh, while others looked kind of wrinkled up and a little bit darker in color. I wasn't totally sure which of those would actually do better. So again, I'm going to try each in their own jug. It's going to be a little bit of an experiment. For the boneset and goldenrod, I actually had both of these pop up in my garden this summer, so I'm collecting seeds much more easily for these, from the safety of my own garden. See my separate video on rethinking weeds to learn more. Because I have easy access to the seeds, and because I'm working on a little bit of a time crunch, I'm just going to share one jug for both of these plants. Boneset on one half and goldenrod on the other half. That should be plenty of space. I'm hoping to start a new garden along our fence with this community of aster, boneset, and goldenrod, and then I'm going to add in the sunflower to that mix. It likes really similar conditions to the others, and they should work really beautifully together.
Oh no, not one of these again.
Okay, before we do a final impromptu milk jug review, please give this video a like if you found it useful, and subscribe to see how this project turns out. Thank you for helping this little message reach more people.
Stowaway. Go free. So these grooves are probably not going to be watertight. Chick-fil-A bottle was the hardest to cut, but the easiest to tape, and that's probably more important. So Chick-fil-A for the win. And then I forgot about avoiding this. If you have a ring like this, I would avoid cutting through there because it's really hard to seal. So I should have cut a little bit higher for this one. All right, so I'm gonna have to keep these sprayed probably because they're all probably gonna leak except maybe that Chick-fil-A one. But in a few months, hopefully we'll have a little mini garden to start.
Watch this video next to see how to get free plants without even leaving your garden.